Have you ever trusted someone, and ended up regretting it? Maybe it was a coworker who smiled in your face, but stabbed you in the back. A business partner who vanished when money got involved. Or maybe, it was a close friend who changed the second they got what they wanted. We've all been there. That moment when your gut whispers, "I should have seen it coming." So how do you see it coming next time? Hello everyone, welcome to the Strategy Wisdom Growth Club, a channel dedicated to cracking the truth about emotions and human nature. Remember to like, subscribe and turn on the bell so that you won't miss my new videos. How do you look at someone, and within just a few interactions, see their true character, their hidden motives, even the dangers they might bring? It's not about being paranoid. It's about being wise. And today, I'm going to show you how seasoned professionals, old-school strategists, and masters of human nature have quietly used 5 hidden techniques to read people like a book. If you learn these 5 signs, you won't just protect yourself, you'll become the sharpest person in the room. Let's get into it. 1. Watch how they handle anger. If you want to know who someone really is, don't just talk to them, make them angry. Why? Because anger strips away the mask. Most people know how to act polite when everything's going well. But it's when they're triggered, when things don't go their way, that the truth slips out. Here's the key: anger is a window into the soul. Someone who can stay calm while they're being challenged. Who can respond instead of explode. That's someone with emotional discipline. Someone safe. But someone who lashes out, throws tantrums, blames everyone else, or gets cruel when frustrated, that's a major red flag. Let me give you an ancient example. In the Chinese classic romance of the Three Kingdoms, there's a scene where military genius Zhuge Liang is completely outnumbered. Enemy General Sima Yi is closing in with thousands of troops. But instead of panicking, Zhuge Liang does the unthinkable. He opens the city gates and plays a calm tune on his zither. Why? Because he knows panic breeds mistakes, and he knows Sima Yi will see his calmness as a trap. It worked. The army turned around. That's the power of keeping your cool under fire. So the next time someone gets frustrated or angry, don't just focus on the argument, watch how they handle it. Do they yell? Blame others? Or do they stay composed, communicate clearly, and move forward? You'll learn more in 10 minutes of anger than 10 months of small talk. 2. Test their integrity with temptation. Here's a truth most people ignore. You'll never really know someone's character until you see how they act around money. When people have something to gain, that's when masks start slipping. So if you want to know who's truly trustworthy, ask, what do they do when no one's watching, and there's something valuable on the table? Someone with real integrity will say no to easy money if it means crossing a line. They'll turn down shady deals. They'll walk away from unfair advantages. Because to them, honor is worth more than cash. But others, they'll take shortcuts. They'll cheat, manipulate, or betray just to get ahead. In business, in friendships, in love, this is one of the most powerful filters you can use. Watch how people treat shared resources, group credit, or situations where they could profit quietly. Their actions will tell you exactly how much you can trust them. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. 3. Notice how they speak to different people. Here's a subtle trick almost nobody pays attention to. How do they speak to the janitor, the waitress, the Uber driver? A lot of people are nice to those in power, and rude to everyone else. But kindness, real kindness, shows up in how we treat people who can't do anything for us. It's one of the oldest tricks used by CEOs, politicians, and legendary recruiters. Want to test someone's character? Take them out to dinner, and see how they treat the staff. If they're polite to the boss but dismissive to the server. If they're respectful to you but snarky to a stranger. That's not just a bad mood. That's a pattern. It shows entitlement. Ego. Two-faced behavior. But if someone shows the same warmth, respect, and humility to every person, no matter their status, that's someone you want in your corner. Real leaders lift others up. Fakes only look up. 4. Watch them at the dinner table. Want to uncover someone's hidden habits and attitude toward others? Invite them to a meal. You'd be surprised how much a dinner table reveals. From how they order, to how they share, to how they react when the bill arrives. Here's what to look for. Do they wait for others before starting? Do they make sure everyone got what they need? Do they offer the last bite, or grab it for themselves? These little things show big truths. There's a famous story about the poet and statesman Su Shi during his exile. Even in hardship, he'd cook meals and invite friends to share what little he had. He brought joy to the table, generosity, humility, connection. You don't have to be rich to be gracious. But if someone only thinks about themselves, if they dominate the meal, ignore others, or act like they're the star of the show, that selfishness won't stay at the table. It'll show up in your friendship, in your team, in your trust. So break bread with people. Watch closely, because how someone eats reveals how they live. 5. Study their eyes when they succeed. Here's one of the most powerful signs, and one of the hardest to fake. How someone reacts when they win, not when they're losing, not when they're average, but when they're on top, because success brings out the truth. It removes the filter. It shows you whether someone is humble, or secretly obsessed with status. Watch their eyes. Do they light up with gratitude, or with arrogance? Do they share credit, or hog the spotlight? Do they stay grounded, or start acting like everyone owes them something? There's an old story about Emperor Lu Xiu of the Han Dynasty. After conquering the realm, instead of growing proud, he remained soft-spoken, respectful, and cautious. That humility earned him lasting loyalty and peace. Modern psychology even has a name for it: humble confidence. It's the rare ability to believe in yourself, without needing to dominate others. So if you want to know if someone's ego is in check, don't watch them fail. Watch them win. Because the eye in success shows more than the tears in defeat. Reading people isn't about judgment. It's about protection. You don't have to expose someone. You just have to see them clearly. These signs won't make you a mind reader overnight. But they will make you wiser, safer, and more confident when navigating relationships, at work, in life, in love. So take your time. Observe in silence. Trust slowly. And remember, people reveal themselves all the time, if you're paying attention. Because in the game of life, those who can see through others, without being seen, always have the edge. If you always feel that you are very honest and simple-minded, and don't know how to deal with things cleverly, it's because you know nothing about strategies. One must always be strategic in life. Please like and subscribe to learn more strategies and wisdom.